Following Saturday's failed recall of independent Kaohsiung City Councilor Huang Chieh, the triumphant 28-year-old came out to thank her supporters Sunday. Despite failing to get sufficient yes votes to recall her, former President Ma Ying-jeou believes the KMT has had an honorable defeat and that the vote was a warning to the ruling DPP. The vote was largely seen as the KMT's attempt to oust Huang for her outspoken criticism of their former presidential candidate, Han Kuo-yu.
Independent Kaohsiung City Councilor Huang Chieh, accompanied by DPP lawmaker Hsu Chih-chieh, stood in a truck and waved to supporters to express her thanks. Huang's face was gleaming with a look of success. I finally got a good night's sleep yesterday, and I hope that any emotions people may have experienced have passed with yesterday. The difference between against and for votes in Huang's recall vote was 10,130. Former President Ma Ying-jeou still saw this as an honourable defeat for the KMT. This place, Fengshan, originally leaned towards the pan-green camp. But to be able to reach a 55-45 split in this place is an honourable defeat for the KMT. And this should also be a warning for the ruling party. It is evident that KMT insiders did not want to admit that their retaliatory recall had failed. The pan-green camp also identified two main enemies within the KMT who were instrumental behind the recall motion. One was KMT chairman Johnny Chiang. The other was KMT Taipei City Councilor Luo Zhichang, who went everywhere to drum up support for the recall. A political party was behind this move and didn't even bother to hide this. That the KMT chairman or people who wanted to run for the KMT chairman were standing on the front line and personally instigating and involving themselves in these kinds of recall activities that have no legitimacy makes us feel very regretful. As both of Taiwan's main political parties had thrown themselves into Huang's recall vote, it ultimately put the KMT and DPP head-to-head against each other, along with their grassroots supporters in Fengshan. The recall ultimately failed, and with it, the KMT's hopes to gain more political ground in this district were also dashed.